Hi everyone, my name is Damon Wright and I head up the advertising and e-commerce practice group at Gordon Reese. So I'm going to talk about a topic that is top of mind for a lot of our clients and probably everyone across the e-commerce industry, and that is the effect of tariffs, and in particular the tariffs against Chinese manufacturers on our clients selling products online to consumers, consumer goods to consumers. And this is a real issue for companies that are selling a product on subscription, whether it's cosmetics or supplements or clothing, whatever it is. There is concern that every time you fulfill on that subscription, every time you send out that product to a consumer and take their credit card payment, that because the cost of goods have gone up due to the tariffs on companies importing from China, you're going to lose money every single month, which is a recipe for total disaster. It's an ugly situation to think that you're generating sales and revenue, but your costs are higher than your revenue, you're losing money. So with subscription retailers, what can you do in this situation? Can you just suddenly jack up the price month to month to month after someone agreed to a subscription at a certain monthly payment? If you're going to increase the price, it's not without risk. Here are some things that you can do to minimize the risk. The first is make sure that in your website terms that the consumer accepted at the time of the original subscription, that you have language in those terms that says that you're allowed to increase the price, and depending on different factors. That gives you some protection. And then you need to make sure that you send an email to all of the subscribers that explains that the price is going to go up, explains why, of course says things about how you hope you can continue to support their needs and you look forward to providing satisfaction and things like that. But you need to let them know you're going to increase the price, but you also have to let them know how they can cancel their subscription if they do not want to pay that higher price going forward. And there, you really need a link in the email. SolvePath provides a great platform for this, a link where they can click and cancel or otherwise manage their subscription and explain all that in the email. If the emails that you send, if some bounce back, the best practice is to cancel the subscription because the consumer didn't agree to that higher price at the time of the original subscription. So that's for subscription retailers. Now, maybe you're selling a product on a straight sale and your cost of goods have likewise gone up because you're importing from China. There, it may soften the blow of the increased price if you identify to the consumer that there is this normal price for the product, but now because of the tariffs, the prices are higher. Amazon was planning on doing that until they got shouted down at a White House press conference the other day. Temu has now started doing that, what I described. Let me share my screen here. If you take a look here, price of the product with the discount was $21.48, and then there was $1.35 for sales tax, and then there's $29.02 for import charges. So the price ultimately in total was $51.66. Temu is identifying that tariff or import charge on the checkout page. It's going to be interesting to watch what happens with that because there's an argument under the drip pricing law, in particular California's law, that if there are mandatory fees associated with a product, you have to display all of that total price at the outset when the consumer is told what the product will cost. You can't sort of bait and switch and say, here's the price, and then when the person arrives at the checkout page, there are service fees and other mandatory fees added on. There's an argument that that violates California's honest pricing, drip pricing law. But in any event, it is okay to identify the amount of the price that is connected to or derived from the tariff. And perhaps that will help consumers to be more likely to purchase the product even though it's at a higher price. Next week, we're going to talk about supply chain issues. And I hope you tune in. Thanks. Bye.